So in the last video, I showed you how to work out a major chord. Now, everything we learned then, you need to still be using. You still need to remember. Because as you work out a seventh chord, much of the rules are the same. There's pretty much only one difference. So just a quick recap. So remember, your root of your chord is always going to be given to you. So if I'm looking for C7 chord, because that's now what we're looking at, then the root will be C. If you're being asked to find D7 chord, well, it would be D. If you're looking for G7 chord, your root will be G, etc. So let's just go through the examples again. So let's take the example of C7. So you start off with your root, which is C. So C7, you'd write just like that. And that would be starting with C plus 4. So your root plus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, E plus 3. 1, 2, 3, G. Now this is just like we did before, with nothing's changed, apart from now we're going to add in another 3. So these seventh chords are made up of 4 notes in total. So I go from G, 1, 2, 3. Now, like we did before, the same rule of skipping only one letter at a time still applies. So we're on this note here, it could be either A sharp or B flat. Well, I look at my letters of the alphabet here. I go C, D and F are covered, so I know I've just got E left. But then for this one here, I know I've got to cover up A because I'm from G. Therefore, it's going to be B flat because it's one lower than B rather than A sharp. Again, if I had it like so, then I've got the two next to each other, so it can only skip one letter at a time. So that's got to be a B flat. Another example, exactly the same process. Again, let's do something that's going to involve this move here. Let's do B flat 7. So B flat 7th chord rather. Start with B flat because I know that's my root. That's always going to be given to you in these examples. So B flat. I then add 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 when I get to D. I then add 3. 1, 2, 3, and I get to F. Then I need to add 3 again. 1. Now, as I've got to the end here and I'm moving on, I can't then go and say, well, I'm going to go back to here. You know that after this F sharp here comes G. So you're going to go from F, 1, 2, 3. Now here I've got a note that could be either G sharp or A flat. So I'm going to go to my letters again. F, well, I've got to skip the next letter, so it's going to be A flat. Like so. Again, if I had F there and I then skipped that, I've got the two next to each other, which I'm not allowed. They must always skip along like so. So that has to be A flat. Now don't be tempted into thinking that just because there's a flat here that this has to be a flat. No, make sure that you are always checking that rule. That is, it must always be letter, skip the next one, letter, skip the next one, etc.